Now I've got some powerful people in the studio, in their respective rights. I have Cyril, Zuma, as well as a spoken priestess. Hey, Batum.
My name is a tongue twister. Make peace.
You know what? I don't know how many times I had to say your name.
To read it slowly.
Yeah.
And how many times I've been practicing?
Oh, yeah?
Spoken priestess.
You got it right the first time.
Second time, yeah? Not right.
Yeah.
It's an acquired taste. You really have to say it 1,000 times before you get it.
Okay.
I don't even get mad anymore.
Sorry, man. Thank you so much for joining me.
So, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me this evening.
So excited.
The both of you, actually.
Yeah,
I'm so
thank
happy to
you,
meet
thank you.
Cyril. What's
I'm a-
wrong when superstar photographer?
He is the
Yo,
superstar.
I'm so excited.
You know, I can never get over people saying that. I don't understand
All the
it.
time.
I never
We have
understand
to.
it.
We
So
have
glad
to.
to meet you, actually.
Yeah, let's do
I'm
this.
so glad to meet the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much again for taking the time
Thanks
to come
for
and join me
having us,
this
Mo.
because we are celebrating Africa Month, and I think it's
Yes.
important for us just to have some conversation. But before we have conversations, wait. I want to play a little game.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You guys want to have fun?
I mean,
Okay.
let's do that. It's a
Let's
Monday.
see.
When I
Let's
call
see.
it pick the box, right?
Okay.
It's a numbers game, right?
Okay.
And you have to choose the number from 1 to 39. So choose in between 1 and 39.
All right.
So I'm going to start with you, Sarah.
7.
7.
Yes. It's my favorite number.
Oh, really? Same?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at that.
All
Does it have
right.
a spiritual meaning?
I don't know. I think probably. I don't know.
Yeah. I also don't know. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, the number 7. Describe the best day of your life. The one that stands out the most.
The best day of
The
my
best
life.
day of your life. The one that, it was life changing. You will never ever forget.
Wow, that is actually a very difficult thing. Can we pass?
Could be so many.
I mean,
There could be so
what if my
many.
mom's listening? And she's like, I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna pass that.
Okay,
one.
okay.
We're gonna go to you. Pick the number between 1 and 39.
30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay, please can you tell myself and the listeners the most recent lie you've told?
On your peoples, I'm listening right now.
Yo, most recent lie.
Yeah.
I mean, like lie or like little lie.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Levels.
You can tell the white lie, you can tell the deep lie, you can
Well,
tell
I mean, the most recent lie I told today, and it was not
Yes.
like a lie, it was like a fib. So I had to go and fit a dress that my tailor was making.
Yeah.
And I'm working from home, so I was like, I'm still held up with something, but once I'm done, I will come and fit. And it's like, I'm not far from here, but I got kappa, so I'm not about to go down and...
It's not happening.
Yeah, I wasn't going to explain that I have to buy that, no. Just like, no, I'm still kind of busy, I'll come back. That's what I can think of. It's from today.
Nice. We're
least
gonna go
you're
back
honest.
to you. We're gonna go back to you now. Choose a number between 1 and 39. You can't pick 7 because you're not gonna answer it. Of course.
You should have thought about it this whole time.
Nah, I don't know. Like that one seems like it's got some
Yeah,
meat
it's a
to
big
it.
one, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go for 10.
Okay. All right. What is your biggest turn off in a relationship?
Indotamele.
But that doesn't even count. Isn't it like societal?
I was about to say that's not necessarily a relationship thing. That's just like about
Yeah, I
society.
doubt your girl will ever do those things.
I mean,
So,
some do.
Hey.
I guess.
But I'm
Okay.
making these numbers complicated, aren't I?
Yes, you are. I feel like
give us the real answer. There's
exactly.
another one. There's another turn off.
There's that playful one that.
Okay, after
you can
that
say.
one, which one is it also?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay,
Cyril.
spoken. Please choose the number between 1 and 39.
1.
1. What is your relationship status?
Wabatung.
I mean, I wish I got that question.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. Okay. Last round. Right? Last round.
Yes.
Choose a number between 1 and 39.
Please, can I get an easy question?
depends on
No,
the number you
you know,
choose.
you must answer these questions, Cyril. Because
39.
even me, I'm answering, even
39.
some of the most.
I see you.
You're going for 39?
Yeah.
What is your favorite poem?
My favorite poem.
Yeah.
I really can't remember it, but it's one I wrote in high school.
Can you remember it?
Not really, but I can find the book and probably show it to you as well.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
You are not happy.
you.
You are not happy.
Really
Fine,
nice.
ask me any question on there rather.
Yeah, pick
Okay.
one, and you must answer.
I'll answer it. I'm
Okay.
sure if you can see the questions, maybe you can
Okay.
find one that's easy.
All right. What is your idea of a perfect date?
Ooh, that's beautiful. I'm a very outdoorsy person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want noise around me
Mhm.
besides the person I'm conversing with or I'm with on
That's
that
a
day.
good one.
So I'd probably go somewhere far away in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
Probably go.
My
do-
first date, Cyril Joe. Oh, you said perfect date. Hey,
Yeah,
Perfect
okay,
date, yeah.
because I was like,
Perfect
You know,
now I'm driving you to Makhalis and I don't even know where this is going.
no, not first date. Never,
Oh, okay,
never first
yeah,
date. But
okay,
the perfect date will be just
Adventure outside.
adventure
outdoors.
outside, maybe
With nature.
Yeah, with some nature.
Nice.
Go horse riding, eat some food with me cooking in between.
Oh,
Tina,
yeah.
nice. See now, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you for your
Okay, I'm just joking.
Okay, do you want to choose or
No.
can I ask you a question?
I just
Because
don't.
it's the last round.
Let me go with 11.
11.
Ooh, nice number.
I don't think you'll like that, but you know what? You chose it. It's fine. Describe how you felt with your last breakup.
It was heart drenching. It was heart drenching. It was, yeah, it was it was heart drenching. You know, you think that this is going somewhere when you want it to work and you have to make the difficult decision to walk away. It was heart wrenching. I spent a whole week meditating. Like, am I making the right decision? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like yeah, it was heart wrenching.
Heartbreak is never fun though.
Mm.
Sorry about that.
I don't know, you know, versus heartbreak, just
Yeah.
Acknowledging.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes we ignore things,
Yes.
but when you know and you have to admit
that
that
you know
you
what.
know and you know what what to do.
Yeah.
Those two things are different. So it's not really heartbreak versus just admitting.
It's just the acknowledgement that you know what, this is not
just
going to
be
work
like,
out the way I hoped it would have worked out.
So yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay, this is how we call the game. The pick a number. Pick a
Yeah,
box.
I just
Around-
gave me an Next, I need to talk to the person
It's just a
who
couple of
combines-
questions because the listeners want to get to know who you are.
That is
But
true, it's a
you
good
are
one.
going to get a sense of that after a couple more music breaks. And I'm going to be letting you know as to the next couple of songs is requested by Cyril Zuma. I just played you a triple play by Cyril Zuma. Thank him. Before that, giving you the sounds of Burna Boy all the way out to Nigeria with 23, and kicking us off was Java with Linda. Absolutely love that one. You know what? We're still going to get into the conversation. I'm sitting with the African Powerpuff Girl herself. Yeah? African Powerpuff. Absolutely love it. I'm hanging out with a spoken Priestess. Yo, Batum, Askis, I'm butchering your name. You know I'm going to get it
How
right.
to practice?
No, I'm going to get it right now. I am hanging out with the African Powerpuff Girl.
Yeah.
Spoken Priestess.
Look at you,
Look
shining.
at me.
10 out of 10.
Thank And I'm also hanging out with Cyril Zuma. Do you have a nickname? Do people call you by a specific name or it's just Cyril Zuma?
People say Zuma.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do they say maybe do people ask you, are you Jacob Zuma's son? I'm just asking because I'm sure
all
that
the
you
time.
hear that all the time.
All the time.
If you're just tuning in for the first time, the Monday edition of Nostalgic Vibes is on your radio right here on TransAfrica Radio. Make sure you stream us live. It is transafricaradio.net, channel 872 on your DSTV audio PK, and channel 609 on OpenView HD. Just been 35 minutes after 7 p.m. and we are well within the second hour of the show right here on the station of the GODs. And you know what we are talking about? We're talking about, well, in celebration of Africa Month, I felt like it's very important for us to have conversations where we speak about just being an African creative. Now, that's the reason why I'm so grateful that the both of you have decided to join me in studio this evening. Thank you so much yet again. But now I'm trying to find out from you, Cyril Zuma.
Yes.
For those listening for the very first time and that don't know who you are, tell us more about you.
My name is Cyril Zuma. I am a commercial photographer. I am also the founder of Color Space. Color Space is a stock photo platform, so On Color Space, we basically sell stock photos of African people. If you're listening from Nigeria, Ghana, wherever you're listening from, come onto the platform and contribute on there. I'm also a brother. I'm also a son. And very much a Manchester United fan.
Oh, yes! Yes!
I know
I need something that will boom, 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 because we're in the same team.
Straight up.
Straight up and down.
I know.
Spoken Priestess, sorry. Tell me and the listeners listening, tuned in right now, who you are. And for those that actually don't know you, because us in studio, we know who you are. But there's someone listening right now wondering, who is she? What is she all about?
It's getting so difficult to describe myself, especially since I've coined African Baobab Girl, and I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
But I'm an Afrobeats DJ first and foremost, and I'm an African creative, and I'm such a lover of music. I'm a lover of African music. I'm a lover of all things African.
Yeah.
I love to travel as well, and that's essentially who I am. And I'm just an advocate for like Africanness and African passion. And it's not even like I'm a activist. It's just like me expressing the way I feel about Africanness and just discovering it openly with everybody else. Like, I'm not going to be out chatting like I know everything there is to know, but it's like what I figure out, what I bump into, I'm so excited to share and explore. Yeah. And that's just who I am.
We all learn on the way, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
It's
constantly unraveling.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find it from you, why Afrobeats number one? Because there's so many genres, first and foremost. What inspired you to actually be like, listen, I want to be a DJ?
The music.
What triggered that?
Actually, being a DJ, I don't even know, because I never planned. It's not something that I thought that I would want to end up being, you know. But I'm really happy that I'm here because it gives me the opportunity to be almost behind the decks. Like, I don't have to say anything. I just have to play music, you know. And I really love that because I've been in the industry for like over 10 years, behind the mic, behind the camera, behind the scenes. And I feel like I've given all of my energy, all of my best years into that part of the industry. And right now, I'm just like really excited to do me. And so Afrobeats as a genre actually just found me. Like initially when I went to DJ school, I wanted to play hip hop because obviously I was a hip hop head. Still am. No, let me not say still am. I still love hip hop, but it's not like that no more. But you know, my music was not coming together. But Davido and Wizkid and Burna Boy, they were here, you know, and the mix was coming together, and so I needed to practice. And I was like, I'm not gonna be here every day trying to wreck my brain, trying to put this hip hop mix together. Let me just practice with what I have, and I never looked back because I was just like, actually, let me just play this music. So that's how I became an Afrobeats DJ.
Okay, now that we're on the subject of DJing, right? Let's just say, for example, there's an upcoming DJ. There's someone who wants to get into the industry. What advice would you give them to be like, how can you properly position yourself as a DJ? Especially because we know that the DJ industry is male dominated. And then how can you stand out as a female? And how can you just separate yourself from the rest?
Yeah. I think, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I personally am not I don't entertain the female DJ conversation. I feel like people don't say male engineer or male doctor or male train driver. It just, for me, it makes zero sense. Male chef. But you will say female chef. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Facts.
Yes, I'm a woman, great. Congratulations. I absolutely love it. But, so I think across the board, like, it's not even about women, and it's about just finding your niche for me, because Afrobeats is quite niche. House music, you know, everybody plays house music. How are you doing differently? You know, what's your flavor? Like you get DJs like Lamise that have this captivating stage presence. You have this, you know, you have people like Dylan Gogo that have this coolness. Like, what are you bringing to the decks? That's different.
That's different.
You know, we're all playing piano, we're all playing house, we're all playing hip hop. And then eventually we're all going to play Afrobeats. So what's different about you? So you essentially have to like find your niche and really like be about who you are. Don't look around and try and replicate like, okay, I like what whoever's doing, I'm going to follow that route. No, like me, I like to dress up. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I like to dress up. I love African print. So every time I go to my gigs, I will get something done by my tailor just to pop, just pull out.
And I can even hear your beads.
Yeah, these are my beads. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta pull up all the time. And that's my vibe. It's like when I go on stage, another thing is I used to be in musical theatre. So that entertainment thing has never left me. When you go on theatre, you wash, you tata that lotion, you tata that oil, your feet must be shining. You dress up, like for me, I see a theatre production when I go to a gig. It's like shoes, outfit, makeup. Okay, nice, let's go, you know? And it's not even about like I'm going there to take pictures. I don't care. I'm going to be behind the decks for an hour. But
and this is how you identify yourself.
Yeah, but when you look
brand,
up, you're like, oh my gosh, who's that guy? You're like, yo, you see, like, you're like, feet, face, mama, nails. She came through to slay. So I guess it's just about finding your niche and just being real to who you are. Just stick to your guns, bro. Like,
I love that.
Some of the stuff is also not even that deep. Like, don't get too lost in it.
I absolutely love that. Just be authentic. Know your niche to be able to stand out. Now, I'm going to come to you, Cyril. Why did you decide to get into photography, right? And let's just say there's someone else who's trying to get into the Color Space platform. How can they go about doing that?
Okay, so I think you asked me two questions.
Yes.
I'm gonna answer
because
the
of
first
time.
one. Okay. So the first question, I got into photography. I happened to pick up a camera. I had 5,000 Rand with me, so I picked up a camera and bought that. And then the reason why I started Color Space was because there was a lack of black people, African people in the media that I was consuming. I was working at a digital agency at that time, and what we were posting on social media platforms wasn't the true representation of the market at the moment. So that's why I started Color Space.
Okay.
And anybody who wants to submit on the platform, whether you're a client or whether you want to submit your photos, you can go to www.colorspace.co.za. And that's color without a U. And then you can basically go on the platform, create a profile for yourself, add some funds on there, submit your photo, start buying and start communicating with some people. Or you can actually go to our community platform. It's just for creators, community.colorspace.co.za, and just where we converse and discuss different things in photography.
So you were saying to me that you just had 5K in your pocket and you decided to buy a camera, and that's how you started in getting into photography.
Look, I think it probably it probably is a little bit deeper than that. I was introduced to photography by my late mother. So when she passed away, she left me with a photojournalism book, and I pondered about it for some time.
Yeah.
And then I had 5,000 Rand when I started working, and I said I want to buy a camera and I want to follow the journey. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go to Africa and go and document wars as what I saw in the book, but I use that as my medium and as my way to get into the space of visuals. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Now I'm trying to find out now, how can one rather use their brand to identify themselves within the creative space as an African creative, being a photographer?
Look, I think more than anything, be authentic. There's a lot of images that we're seeing right now, and they all look the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's time for, number one, gassy images. I cannot tell you how in demand those are, and I'm telling you from client perspective. I'm not telling you something that looks cool maybe on Instagram. I'm telling you what clients are looking for. They're looking for authentic images. Give me what's real. Go inside areas like Alexandra, go inside Soweto, wherever you can be authentic, exercising at home, plus size women, be authentic, be in your situation. Don't try and cover up or don't try and mask it just for the world to see, but be authentic in your photos.
You know what, now that you mentioned that, I've actually, social media is such a powerful tool, and you see it everywhere now that people are actually going back to their roots, in inverted commas, if I can put it like that. Because you look at some of the music videos that musicians are shooting nowadays, they're taking it back to the roots. For example, one individual that I noticed the most is Questa. He's prominent with that Kasi rap and shooting, in Kokasi, in the hood. And when you mentioned that, I wanted to then ask you, for someone who wants to get into photography, right? How would you advise them, like the pros and cons of the industry as a whole? Because I don't think photography is any industry rather, is not an easy one to get into.
Sure.
But then what would you advise someone trying to be a photographer in this very day and age? How can they get into it, besides being authentic?
Sure. This probably may sound a bit controversial, but delete Instagram and delete Twitter.
What?
Go on Behance, go on other platforms that will enhance your visuals. If you go on Instagram, you're going to see the same people that you see all the time, taking photos that look all the same. So you'll just fit into a space. You'll just get in and you'll be part of a community. Try and build your own. Be adventurous. If you go on Behance or Pinterest, you will find millions and millions of themes that have not been touched. So as a photographer standing today, be authentic. Go do something different. Don't look at what everybody else is doing. Don't go copy what anybody else is doing. Delete Instagram completely and go look somewhere else for inspiration.
That is heavy.
That's real.
That's the realest, honestly, because because we all, I don't know how to put this, but then we're all in a I feel like we are saturated into social media. Like even if it's not Twitter, it's Facebook, it's Instagram, it's YouTube, and that's it. But there are so many other platforms that we can use which you're not necessarily exposed to. And the fact that you mentioned that is very informative. Thank you for that. But you know what? Let's get to some music. And then we're going to have more of a chat. This is some music by the African Powerpuff Girl herself. So take a listen. The sounds of Yemi Alade. And you know what I want the African Powerpuff Girl is to... Who is she featuring?
She's featuring Mama Angelique Kidjo.
Lazo!
I'm telling you. The ultimate original African Powerpuff
Absolutely
Girl.
love it. TransAfricaRadio.net to stream us live. Channel 872 on your DSTV Audio PK. And channel 609 on OpenView HD. Still hanging out with me, your radio based in Nobantu, right here on Nostalgic Vibes, only on the station of the GODs. It can only be Trans Africa Radio, serving you 100% African music. We stay doing that for you 24 hours of the day. I'm still hanging out with my two special guests, Cyril, Zuma, and Spoken Priestess. Halal.
Even Cyril is proud, but he's like, get it, girl.
You know what? If I mess this up, then I don't know. I need to get for lunch.
At this point, I might need to charge you my ticket.
You get what I'm saying? Yo, we need to wrap things up. But you know what? So you were saying something very interesting off air. You would like to share some social media stats with us.
Yeah, so I was looking through a tool called Brandwatch, and I ran through some stats.
Yeah.
Just to give some people some context, since the 1st of January till the 30th of April, 703 million people have tweeted. Or that's how many tweets, have gone out, And 31 million authors. So meaning how many people have tweeted. In terms of just the sentiment, everybody is very neutral. And a bit of positive, so the negative is less.
That's good.
And
That's good.
Yeah, that's a very good sign. And people are sharing more than doing original posts, and they're commenting also. Quite a couple of hashtags that are trending. Manchester United is one of them, of course. And happy birthday is also one of them.
Yeah.
And then obviously NSARS, which is also quite a huge one, is top of the list.
Yeah.
But for creatives that really want to share some work, the best, I think, is days. Let me just check here very quickly. So if you're looking at the trends, the best time to post is 9 p.m. That's when people are really, really active.
What?
And
but are you talking about just
so
Twitter or is this across all social media platforms?
Social media platforms.
9 p.m.
Sorry, Twitter.
Twitter. The best time to post is 9 p.m.
9 p.m. on a Friday.
Did you hear that?
No way.
I hope you have a pen
Across
and paper.
Africa, that's just...
Aren't people in the groove or something on a Friday?
Interestingly...
No, but
COVID.
but let's think about the fact that now we're living in a pandemic, right? And things have slightly changed. We're now living in a new normal.
Yeah.
So 9 p.m. on a Friday night, yes, most people pre-COVID would definitely be out and about. But nowadays, I think numbers have dropped.
Big time.
So is this only based on, it's only obviously based for the year 2021?
2021, so since the 1st of January. Just a quick one. So Nigeria is number 1 by far. South Africa is number 2, Egypt and Kenya. So just the top countries in terms of the authors.
Activity.
Yeah, in terms of the activity. Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
it was interesting for me to see Egypt on there. I didn't really expect
Yeah,
Egypt.
because they're very uptight about social media.
Yes,
So it was quite
actually.
interesting. But I know that the young ones in Egypt are very much on social media, even though the government is like very much trying to censor them.
Yes.
Because I know there was
Limit what they say.
Yeah, there was an
Limit what they
influencer
say.
that got in trouble in Egypt. She was charged for, was it treason? Not treason, like
Oh,
some
wow.
hectic charge for like being revealing on TikTok. It's crazy. So
It's hectic.
Yeah, that is
in other
interesting.
countries.
Yeah.
But what the thing that stands out for me the most is the fact that there's more positivity happening on social media than negativity.
Oh yes.
I know they're not talking about South Africa; they're talking about other countries.
Yes. But I think.
in
No, I'm
general.
joking.
Yeah, I think even South Africa in general too. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot. It's been a neutral. People don't know where they are, but the positivity is much higher than the negative part.
That's a good thing.
Look, I think even also negative. It's people that probably just that's
Trolls.
like what's this night Twitter? What do they call this? Midnight Twitter.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
I don't know.
You don't know that.
I'm not-
People that tweet at night and you end up and the hashtags are trending in the morning.
Yeah.
So
Morning.
those
Oh.
people that sort of start the trouble. And
Oh,
so those
okay.
are the sort of the
'Cause they're up
negatives.
to no good.
Yeah,
No,
basically.
it's lit actually.
All right. Let me just find out from you before we close off. What are some of the current projects that you are working on that you are at liberty to mention, if you would like to share with us?
Right now, I am working on a personal project in Pietermaritzburg. I am documenting a couple of musicians. They refer to themselves as musicians, but I'm really interested in their life and really what happens behind the music and why they're doing all of this. So yeah, I'm interested in documentary.
Okay.
And then I'm really working on podcasting quite a lot and giving information to photographers. I think that's really, really my niche, and that's what I'm really after. And Color Space, that's the biggest project that I'm currently working on at the
When you
moment.
say you are working on a podcast, is it your own podcast or?
It is my own podcast, so I'm working on a compact series where there's a lot of episodes you can listen to at the same time, and just information about photography in general.
Is it out yet or you still in the works?
Definitely working on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still in the works.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. So if people want to get a hold of you in terms of maybe bookings or collaborations, how can they get a hold of you?
So Cyril Zuma everywhere on the internet. info@cyrilzuma.co.za. That's how you can reach me in terms of booking me via email. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me this evening, by the way.
Thank you very much for having me.